There was a time when humanity didn't look at the screens in their hands, but at the sky. In 1961, a young president issued a challenge that seemed impossible: to land a man on the moon and return him safely to Earth before the decade was out. We didn't have the technology, we didn't have the materials, but we had something more powerful: an unshakable will to prove what the human spirit is capable of. This is the story of the Saturn V, the silver giant that carried us to the impossible. Imagine a 36-story building filled with explosive fuel. The Saturn V was a marvel of raw engineering. It was built by hundreds of thousands of men and women who knew that a single mistake, a single loose bolt, would mean a national disaster. In NASA's control centers, the air was thick with cigarette smoke and the sound of manual calculations. They didn't have computers more powerful than a pocket calculator today, but they had courage. They were the architects of tomorrow. July 16th, 1969. The world stopped when the five F-1 engines roared to life. The ground in Florida shook for miles. It was the loudest sound ever produced by man. In that moment, there was no politics. There were no divisions. There were only three men sitting on top of a controlled explosion, riding a pillar of fear toward the unknown. Crossing the void of space wasn't just science. It was an act of faith in America's ability to tame nature itself. But then, the impossible became routine. After 6 successful landings, public interest began to fade. The cost was high, and priorities back on Earth shifted. In December 1972, Apollo 17 left the moon, and Eugene Cernan's footprints were the last left in the lunar dust. The silver giant was retired. The launch pads, that once vibrated with the power of gods, now faced the salty Florida wind in silence. For decades, we looked down, forgetting the path we blazed among the stars. Today, the Saturn V rests in museums, a monument to an era of pure audacity. But the fire has not yet gone out. As new rockets prepare to return to the soil our fathers once trod, we remember that the true legacy of the Apollo era wasn't lunar soil. It was the proof that nothing is out of reach when a nation decides to dream big. The dust on the boots may have dried, but the call of the stars still echoes. Are we ready to roar once again?